welcome back to Bookish Daddy. As you saw in the title, we are going to be doing family reads, a family episode. So we're going to go over my wife and my kids' favorite books up to this point in time, in no particular order. And they each picked five, and then I have an honorable mention on this list. I hope y'all are excited. Thank you all so much for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. If you're enjoying the content, continue to do so. Like the videos and share them. It helps the algorithms, and I really appreciate it. That being said, let's get into it. Uh, First, we're going to go over my youngest kid's favorite books. And for her first book, she said Amelia Bedelia. And this is the book. I Can Read is like the level. I Can Read level 1. And Tries Her Luck is her favorite one of the Amelia Bedelias. And her reasoning behind this is I like that she takes everything literally. So what she means by that is if they say like, oh, put a sock in it, the Amelia literally puts a sock in stuff. So she takes everything very literally and she thinks that is hilarious. So that is her first book. The second book is Biscuit and the Great Fall Day. And this is that book. A nice fall read for your kids if they're looking for one. I like this one because it's about an orange puppy. So that's very straightforward and to the point. It has an orange puppy and fall leaves, and it doesn't take much more than that to make it to the top 5 ever. The third book is Follow Me Mittens. And this is that book. This one looks more springy. Uh, I like this book because Mittens finds his owner. Spoiler alert. Uh, she finds him. So that is her third favorite book. The fourth book is The Deep Dark Woods. And this book will be being read to me this afternoon. She has been dying to read it to me. It is her new favorite book. She says, I like this because it's cute. So if you're looking for a cute read for your kids and they're in elementary school, this would be a good one to grab. It's got some spooky looking frogs on the front. Looks like they're lost in the woods. And her fifth and final is Scyther, Heart of a Champion, Pokemon. And she says she likes this one. Scyther, Heart of a Champion. I like this because they do everything together. And then she drew a picture of Scyther to go with it. Yeah, so they are really big into Pokemon right now. The games, the cards, the toys, we got all the stuffed animals. It's their thing right now. So she's obsessed with reading the books, and this is her favorite one so far because Scyther does everything with Ash. And that is my youngest child's 5 favorite reads. Okay, so my oldest child has her 5 books. The first one is Amelia Bedelia Means Business, and these are a higher level, but she loves Amelia Bedelia as well. Her reason is I like this because she's a good friend, she takes things literally, and she loves her family, and she makes good cookies. Those are some good reasons to love this book. So if you're looking for a fun family read for, any elementary age kids, we'll say under 10, this is a good read, and she makes good cookies. And she drew some pictures as well for y'all to see. The second book is Mermaids, the Scaredy Cat. And this is that book. The Scaredy Cat, I liked this book because the character looks and acts like our cat, and she does everything for her friends. We actually do have a cat that looks like 2 of these cats, and that is why she loves it. The next book is Magic Christmas by Sue Bentley. This is the first big book. I like this book because they're really sweet, helpful, and about some of my favorite animals. cats and dogs. The fourth book is Kitten Kingdom, Tabby's First Quest. I like this book because there's a lot of adventure, they work together, and it's serious and funny. It's a good combination, and that is this book. Her final book, I do not have. I'll throw a picture up because it was a library book, but it made the top 5. Adventures in Fosterland, Super Spinach. I like this book because she thinks she has powers, that her friend is sweet, and all the imagination. So that's the 5th book. I'm excited to see what this one looks like too, because I don't think I got to see what this book looked like. Next, we're going to get into my wife's favorite reads. This is all up to this point, and like I said, no particular order. Her first book I'm going to go over is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and this is that book. And she loves really all Abby Jimenez books. This one is the second in the series, and these do need to be read in order. I know that she loves this book because the main character, or one of the main characters, has social anxiety, and I am told that this is portrayed perfectly in this book, and that the romance is done perfectly in this book, and that is why it made her top 5. The next came as no surprise to me, and it is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. That is one of the main reasons this made the list. It is one of her favorite series of all time, and this one sums up the series very well, has a lot of her favorite characters in it, and just everything about this book is stuff that she loves, and it wrapped up the series perfectly, and that is why this made the top 5. Next is Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole. These are one of her latest obsessions. I know she loves this author. She says she's very sweet and cool, and the book has, so one of her favorite tropes or things in books is courtly politics, and I am told that this book executed it perfectly, and did it. The romance is a super slow burn, which is also right up her alley, and that is why this book made the top 5. The next book is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber, and this is that book. So this is the second book in a 2-part series. My wife loves Stephanie Garber, but of the 2 series, this is her personal favorite of all the books. I'm not allowed to say much about this because I'm supposed to be reading these soon, so I wasn't allowed to have spoilers. But I know that it is whimsical, and she loves whimsical style books, and that is why this made the top 5. And speaking of whimsical, Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson made the list. I have talked about this a ton. She's talked about it a ton. We recommend this to everyone. We're always talking about it. It is very whimsical, and that is one of the reasons she loves it. Also, we are both huge fans of Brandon Sanderson, who wrote it, and she is a huge fan of The Princess Bride, which is what this was kind of modeled after. Everything about this book is why it made the top 5. It's got whimsical, it's got romance. The main character is a female who is a hard butt, and she is very independent and a strong female protagonist. And this book is just so fun to read. And if you're ever looking for a whimsical, light romance that has a little bit of adventure and a strong female lead, I highly recommend this. Also, go into it knowing when I say it's whimsical, it is a very upside down world. It is very out of the norm when you're going to read a book. And the honorable mention is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. And this is the book. So my wife just reread this again. This is one of her favorite cozy books ever. She plans to read it every fall. And I've talked about it. It is on my TBR. I'm going to read it this fall. All I know is that it is about an orc who no longer wants to be a warrior. So, along her travels, she discovered coffee and wants to open a coffee shop. That is all I know about it. And I know that my wife loves this book and had to talk about it and make sure I put it in the list, especially with it being close to fall. Uh, she highly recommends reading this during the fall. And I plan on doing it and will give you an update or a review on this book. That is all the books that my family listed for their top fives up to this point in time. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's another short video. These vlogs are taking a lot longer than I thought they would to film, edit, and get put out, but I thought this would be fun. I know the girls, all three, were super excited to put this together and have you all know what their favorite books are. Uh, I would like you to drop a comment below saying which one of these is in your top five if they are. And if not, let me know your top five books up to this point in time and throw them in the comments. I hope you all enjoyed this and have a great week.